I'm here with our lovely Amy today. We decided to come on because we wanted to share a little bit of what we thought, because what we feel as people, me and Amy, is that all lives matter, don't we, Amy?
That's right. Yes, all lives matter, no matter whether you're black or white, Mexican, all lives matter. All people, we're all God's children, and every single one of our lives matter.
Yeah, we've come here because we're just a little bit concerned about the way things are going and what people are saying. And, everybody's got into the Black Lives Matter, but it isn't just that Black Lives Matter, all our lives matter. And, yeah, we've got to carry forward like that because they want division between us, and this is another good way of doing it.
Yes, they want to create division between us because they have a larger agenda. They want to make a new world order. And so by creating the division between, especially between blacks and white people, then we're gonna be divided, and it's gonna be much easier for them to take us over because it's that divide and conquer theory. And so we need to be coming together, all of us black and white people. We're all one, and they're making us think that we're divided, but we're not. We're all the same, and they're just trying to take us over. And by keeping us divided, it's a much easier way for them to be able to bring in their new
Yes, it's
world
actually what they're
order.
doing is they're breaking us down.
Yes,
And they're making people
they're,
believe something that didn't happen.
exactly.
Yet again.
Yes. Yes, they use this to their advantage. It was ever since I was just reading when Obama passed that law that we can spread propaganda to our own people. It's really made our country really a difficult place to be in because they just keep putting up propaganda, and he made it legal, and it hadn't been legal since 1948, but then he passed a law, and in 2012 or 2013, and now it's legal to spread all this propaganda to the people, and ever since he did that, the people have just been so we've been lied to so many times and hearing so many false narratives, and it's just ruining, the country because they're constantly coming out with a new propaganda and getting everybody all upset and worked up, and it's
And it's
really
very
a
strange, isn't it, that
terrible
we've been through
thing.
this stupid planademic, and then at the end we've got this.
Yes, that's right.
Because something's not right anyway, because now you can be fined for not wearing a mask on public transport. So why is that there? Do
Well,
you see what I mean? Like in England, that is, after we're coming out of everything, you can be fined. So what the hell is going on?
yeah, that's right.
And also, don't
Yeah,
forget, Trump's
that's
been talking to a lot of black people, supposedly, which I made a video about because one looked like Michelle Obama and one down there looked like Obama. But he's been talking a lot, and then the next thing is all this has happened.
yes. Well, they try to say that President Trump is a racist. They've always said that, but I don't think that he is a racist. I think he's always interacted very well and really done a lot. One thing, he's done a lot for the black communities here that the Democrats has never done for them, because they have been impoverished. A lot of black people are very well, they're doing very well, but unfortunately some of them are impoverished. But I blame the Democrats for that because they have done things to make sure they keep them on welfare and, benefits. They are very conniving, and by keeping them on those benefits, they control them, just like this New World Order is going to do. They'll be maybe giving us a little bit of money here or there or whatever they're going to do, but it's to control us. Anytime the government's giving you money, they are controlling you. And so the black people have been impoverished, but that is because of the Democrat Party. They want to keep them reliant on the government, whereas Trump, he has tried to, change that and let them, get the good jobs and become independent of the government. And he's wanted to fix up their cities, or the cities where their neighborhoods where they live. And the Democrats, they don't even want to cooperate, because they love keeping them down, so it's just so much misinformation.
That's the worry that's going on, and we've come here because we want everybody to stay fast and stick together.
Right. Yes.
The people need to stick together.
We all need to stick together. We need to realize, and I wish our black, brothers and sisters would realize, and a lot of them do, that this is against, this is the government's against the people, and they're trying to make it look like we can't get along, and it's the furthest thing from the truth. And, so they need to realize that we just need to stick together. We're just all people. We got to stop focusing on the color of each other's skin. Nobody asked to be born a certain, we didn't ask to be born white, and they didn't ask to be born black. We're just here, but we're all the same. We're all precious.
And just remember,
in God's eyes.
If you're watching it on the television, they've had a hand in on it. The media have had a hand in on this. And they might be showing something that's very small, because very quickly.
Yes.
Do you remember I was showing you, Amy? Was it Woodstock? And
yes.
I just mentioned it to you, and they were showing that thousands, like a big amount of people went, thousands and thousands and thousands of people were at Woodstock. 11 were in the tent where they had taken too many drugs, and they concentrated for a good few minutes on the tent with 11 people in it. But if you've got, say, 200 or 300,000 people there, 11 is a very, very, very small minority, but that's what they focused on. So looking at it, originally I'd have looked at it and said, the festival's all about drugs. I know festivals probably are, but it wasn't affecting 99.9999% of the people.
Right.
But they focused on that, and that's what the media will do.
Yes. That's right. They're very misleading. What they show us, they're very misleading in the media, and so it's very.
Lee was watching a bit of Tucker Carlson today, and as much as when I found him and he was talking against everything else, I was so happy. But then I realised the rest of his station was going. Sorry, someone's just messaging me. The rest of the station is going for the narrative on the news and everything else, except Tucker Carlson, who just looks guilty the whole time. Don't you think he looks guilty?
I do, yeah.
He does not have the right face. He does not look shocked enough. It's all like he's choreographed. And I think that maybe they want us to watch him, because then they think, well, say 200,000 people or 50,000, they're watching they're just watching the numbers of who's watching that.
Yes. And I think that I was reading some comments on another video, and they were saying that they really think that a lot of the media is just kind of CGI and stuff like that, and that they think that maybe we don't really even have a lot of the media staff or even the leaders or anything. Like, it could all just be made up through the CGI.
Well, I said that we are run by computer programs.
Yeah, that's about what this person was saying, that they think maybe it's just, there's not even really people behind all of this, that if you went to their headquarters or wherever, they make the news or make the
I
laws
sort
or
of
anything,
understand in a way, because what it was is, there's been a hoo-ha over Buckingham Palace and the windows are all blocked in. Maybe those windows have always looked
yes,
like that, but because people are beginning to wake up and you're looking for different things, the
yes,
people are now noticing the windows, but they could have been like that for a while.
that's right. That's right, because it's like we're all starting to wake up to everything. And what one of the channels that we follow, she had put up a video about it's called you go in and the person isn't a real person, it's computer generated, and she just made the video about it, and she got a strike for that. And people were shocked that she would get a strike for that. She was just reporting something that's a true thing, and they got her on bullying. So all the people were in the
Amy,
comments.
my video to Trump, what did they do me for?
Hate speech.
Yeah.
Yours was hate speech when it was anything but hate speech. It had no hate speech in there. And so people are telling this lady in the comments, they're saying, well, I guess you were bullying the fake people or whatever.
And if YouTube
it's
can
kind
do
of
that
funny.
to us, and if YouTube can take videos off when they're not taking them off for the right reasons and they're only doing it for their own gain, imagine what the media and the rest can do to us.
That's right.
And we've come here because we feel that all lives matter.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter what colour you are, it doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter what sex you are, you all matter.
Yes, every life matters, and they're just trying to divide us, and when we need to be coming together at a time like this, because what's coming down the road is going to be that new world order. And so we need to be coming together. As a matter of fact, when June 21st, there's going to be the Satanists are holding a march in favor of the New World Order. So this is people that worship Satan, and they want the New World Order, and they're going to hold a big march about it. And so...
how do we know that that's not been put there to just keep opening up these avenues to make it so complicated?
Right.
Amy, yeah, and now to finish off, we've got a little video at the end. There, she asks some important questions. It's nothing to do with being racialist or anything like that. What do you make of that little... I mean, Amy's obviously seen the video. What do you reckon, Amy? What's your take? Because obviously we want peace with everybody.
Yes. I thought she makes a lot of sense because,
I can't remember her
unfortunately...
name, but we're going to play the video in a minute. Carry on.
Yeah, yes. Well, she's talking about, why is it that, Black Lives Matter only when it's a white person, that has killed a black person. And it's true because in America, we have, unfortunately, in certain neighborhoods, we have gangs, and so there's an awful lot of black people killing other black people, but nobody gets too upset. You don't get a Black Lives Matter rally over that, and that should just be just as awful because it's still black people dying. And so, but if it turns out that a white police officer or something, that they killed a black person, then all of a sudden it's all about Black Lives Matter. So it doesn't make sense. The black lives should always matter, as all lives matter, but it's just a way to create some kind of a divide. And they don't, and black people, that are criminals, they will kill white people. people, and so,
Probably just as
you know,
badly as if white people do the same back. But we already know,
right,
Amy. I mean, we're diversing a little bit. We was going to play this video at the end, but what it was is,
yes,
when you get into these crimes and things, it does sort of, it's not exciting, but you just get locked into them. And then once you start looking at the
yes,
real ones, you realise that you can find things like Crime Watch Daily, etc., like that, and then you can go and watch the whole thing in an hour on there. And then when it made us realise
yes,
was, when we were looking at those, is that it wasn't true. We're not this barbaric race of people who are killing each other off every 5 minutes like the Chris Watts case. It's not true. We're peaceful.
exactly.
And if everybody just remembers that we surrendered overnight without one police officer, without one soldier. So we're peaceful people.
That's right.
So to see
We're
there's an
peaceful.
agenda going on here, and
Oh
they
yeah,
just want to divide us any way they can.
right. They wanted to divide us, and they want black people to feel that white people, don't care about them. When really, I don't see color. I see that this is just another person. Their skin's a little bit darker than mine, so they just want to divide us. Most of us, I live in an integrated neighborhood, and we just all get along. I've worked with a lot of black people, and we just all get along. There's no real racism or anything. So
No,
they
so
just
that's
want
what
to
we
keep
don't
us
want to happen now, is
divided.
it, Amy? Amy, we're going to be finishing our little bit, and I'm going to add the video on afterwards, but you're the
Okay.
final words.
Yeah, I just think that with this whole Black Lives Matter is just trying to it's funded by that George Soros, and it's just a movement that's there to just create as much division as possible between people, between all of the people, so that the elites can take power over us. And so what they're doing is stirring up all kind of drama, and trying to get everybody all upset, and then they just sit back and watch, and I imagine they're laughing at us, and they're just ready to implement all their control and their new world order. And because they'll say that, well, these people, are out of control, they don't get along, so now we'll have to step in and take
Find other
over.
ways, aren't they, Amy? Because we all matter, all of us. We're all
Every
together in
one of
this. We're
us.
together in this.
That's right. That's right. And they just want to use the races to find a way to keep us divided when we're all in it together. Every one of us. But they try to find any way they can to keep us divided. That's their, divide and conquer. That's what they want to do. So it's just, I think that the answer is just to wake people up, and I'm delighted to see that a lot of black people are making videos, and they get it. They realize this Black Lives Matter has nothing to do with caring about the black people, and they realize that they're trying to keep us divided. So we just need to show each other love and caring, and just ignore that mainstream media. Turn off that television.
Thank
and
you, Amy.
just
Yes,
live.
turn the television off. Turn the screens
Yes.
off. Yeah,
All
turn
the
them off.
screens. Exactly.
Do you know what? I really
And
liked it the other day. Claudio told me that when you do this, all you're doing is watching noise. Noise.
yes, that's true.
Yeah.
You're just watching noise. That's right.
Yeah.
But If we didn't, I just think if we didn't have those televisions, our lives would be so much more peaceful. We wouldn't hear all these lies, and we would just get about our business, and our lives would be so much happier.
It is, but
And
Amy,
that's
we've been
what I
going for nearly
think.
20 minutes now. That was quite a good
Okay.
one. What we'll do is we'll play the video. I can't remember her name now, it's so annoying, but I'll put the video on afterwards. And, you
Yes.
know, it's just another point of view. It's not put on there to make anybody angry. We're all in on this together, aren't we,
Right.
Amy?
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you for your
And we
time,
love,
Amy.
oh, you're so welcome.
I
Thank
love
you,
you, Amy, and
Karen.
I love
Love
everybody.
you. Yes, love you, Karen. And yes, we love everybody. Everybody. That's right.
Thank you, Amy.
Oh, you're welcome, Karen.
Questions for the Black Lives Matter protesters, a protest movement that's sweeping the globe. My questions are this. Number one, why do Black Lives Matter more when a white person is involved? Why is it that during the weekend prior to the death of George Floyd, 10 individuals were shot down, murdered in Chicago at the hands of other black individuals, but nothing was said? And yet when a white person was involved, there are protests all over the globe. There was a gentleman shot trying to protect a store from looters and rioters. He was shot dead where he stood, lay bleeding out on the sidewalk, and no one seemed to care. Why do Black Lives Matter more when a white person is involved? My second question is, what is it you're actually asking for? What do you want, and why do you want it? You can say Black Lives Matter, you can shout systemic racism, you can give me all the sort of repeated platitudes, but none of them are actually telling me what you want. If racism is so systemic, did it only start since Trump was in power? Is it only systemic for 4 or 5 years? Or does it happen in Obama's time? If so, where were you then? What is it you're asking for? If I asked 10 of you, I'd get 10 different answers. And finally, of course, many BAME individuals have been demanding the release of a report into coronavirus deaths. 4 times the amount of BAME individuals are impacted or have died because of coronavirus. So if you were part of that, demanding that report, hashtag you clap for me now, worrying about deaths of BAME individuals, how is it you're now out protesting in your thousands, stood next to each other, rioting, looting, without a mask, no social distancing? Either you did care before or you didn't. Either your Democrat mayors wanted you locked down for your safety, or actually now they're applauding you riot. Maybe there wasn't a problem in the first place. Why is it if BAME deaths are higher, now, today, you don't care about that anymore? 3 simple questions, and I'm not expecting an answer to any of them anytime soon.